Okay, you have a hot date coming up this weekend, and you want that first date to go awesome. What you're looking for on a first date is that conversation flows and that a connection is formed. At the end of the day, you're trying to evaluate, like, are there aligned values and beliefs? Could this go somewhere? And, like, do you guys want to go on a second date?
Yeah.
But oftentimes, nervousness can just ruin a date.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
So we're going to try to help you with that, help you minimize the awkwardness, the nerves, and have a successful first date.
Yeah. So here are 3 tips for an awesome first date. The first one, pick an activity that fosters conversation, but if conversation like sputters, you can always talk about the activity you're doing.
Or just continue the activity.
Yeah. So if you're going hiking, you can talk about the outdoors, the nature, the hike. If you could be playing board games, talk about the board games and that.
Yeah.
So the activity fosters conversation.
Yeah, because even like if you just go for coffee, what are you going to do when the conversation dies?
You're just like sipping the coffee, staring at
That's
each
all you
other.
have.
Like,
it's awkward and it heightens the nerves.
you can only say, oh, how great is this coffee so many times.
Yeah.
Before it's like, I know it's great. Can we move on?
Tip number 2 is have some questions in mind, whether you just have them in your head, have them on your phone, or go old school like me and have an actual paper list of questions.
You got to remember, though, you are not reading down the list of questions and interrogating the person.
Yeah, the goal is to have questions that stimulate conversation so that hopefully conversation continues and you might not need the whole list, but it's there if you do.
Yeah, because on a first date, you're probably like gawking at how beautiful this person is, and like you lose track of like how to even have a normal conversation with the person. And so this helps with when you can't think of what to talk about.
Yeah, and the whole goal of the first date is actually getting to know the other person. And so the questions kind of help you get your eyes off yourself, and that helps with nerves because you're not so focused on how you are being viewed, but you're focused on getting to know the other person. So get questions that help you just start the conversation, some lighthearted ones, but also some deeper ones.
Okay, here's a bonus tip before we get to the third one. Just have a genuine curiosity about the person. Like, the most flattering thing is when someone genuinely wants to get to know you.
It feels so good when somebody does.
Yeah.
So be that for them.
Tip number 3, pick something that allows an ending or a continuation. It just allows someone to maintain their dignity if the date's not going well. So we went on a hike, and when we finished the hike, it could have allowed an ending of like, hey, I enjoyed my time. I hope you have a great life. Never.
See ya.
See ya. Or if the date's going well, you can be like, I'm really enjoying this. You want to continue hiking?
Yeah, we took 3 laps or so.
Yeah, it turned it out
On our
into
hike.
like a marathon date. We're like, let's go on lap number 2, 3. Do you want to have food, lunch? And
Yeah, we had like a 6-hour date. But I never wanted it to end because I was genuinely enjoying getting to know you.
But you don't want to take someone on a 6-hour date if they don't want to be past the first hour.
Yeah.
Like-
Pick something that's not going to be a really long trip,
Yeah.
but can extend if you want.
Okay. So these are 3 conceptual tips that allow you to start a conversation, form a connection, and also de-risk it and de-awkward the first date.
So we really hope that you have a successful first date on your next first date. Hopefully it will be your last first date, but if it's not, that's success too.